customs seized a batch of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs fairy tale books. Although these books were published in 1944, but the books themselves are not worth much at all. Why did the bookseller go to the trouble of shipping them here? So Smith went to the bookseller and asked him about it. The bookseller claimed that all his paperwork was legal, but he looked like he was in a panic. At that moment, the bookseller's lawyer came in. Smith had no choice but to stop asking questions. But when he came out, Smith learned that the bookseller had never contacted his lawyer. Smith felt bad. When he returned to the house again, the bookseller had already been killed. So the next step, they had to look in the books for clues. When Jack found the first page of each book, there is a blank inside paper, so they should be trying to forge something to print on this paper. Then Smith found a ticket to the archives in the bookseller's wallet. Smith found a ticket to the archives, so the two of them went to the archives to investigate. And after learning that the bookseller had indeed been here and took pictures of this 1944 bond, Smith took out the inside pages of the book and compared them, and it was a perfect match in size. The curator said, although this bond is now worth $250,000, but the other 599 have gone missing. This is the only one in existence. Jack found out after observation. This bond is a fake, although the old paint was used on it, but the smell of ink is new. If you don't believe me, smell it. The curator was dumbfounded when he smelled it. This is impossible. It turns out that the bookseller came to the archives twice before. The first time he took pictures of the bonds and used them to forge them. The second time he really switched the forged bonds. This way, as long as they claimed they found the other 599 bonds, the archives would produce their own original bonds for comparison, and the ones in the archives had already been switched. Then the comparison must be the same, so they can exchange the huge amount of $150 million in cash. Next, Jack had to find the person who forged the bonds as soon as possible, so he went to his good friend Mike. After seeing how well the bonds were forged, he thought that an expert like this would usually sign their masterpieces to show off his mastery of his craft. Sure enough, Jack looked through a magnifying glass. Jack found two letters CH on the bond, and CH is the initials of the forgery expert Teapot. At the time, the Teapot was renovating a church on 3rd Street, so the two Smiths went to the church to find out what was going on.